Is NASA's lunar landing plan for 2024 a big hoax? A secret space agency document was released to the public that raises doubts. Did NASA not tell the truth? And is the project not feasible at all? Clixoom Science Fiction, watch fascinating science videos 3 times a week, subscribe to the channel, only then you won't miss a thing. A warm welcome.
1, 2, 3.
Mid-May, NASA announced they will be landing on the moon in 2024, and this time a woman will take the first step on the moon. The first of a series of missions, the South Pole is to be searched for water for a permanent moon station. But now an internal document of the NASA was published that sows doubts, because this plan and the reality gape far apart. This already starts with the planned rocket, the Space Launch System SLS, which should have completed its first test flight in 2017, is now scheduled to happen in 2020. The project is also facing financial strains. So far, costs, construction and development take up about $3 billion per year. Launching this rocket should cost about $1 billion in the future. For comparison, the launch of the currently largest rocket in the world costs a maximum of $150 million, the Falcon Heavy. At the moment, there are no similar rockets that one can use to compare the costs with the Delta IV Heavy. With the Falcon Heavy, transporting 1 kilogram of payload into a low Earth orbit costs around $2,350. With the Delta IV Heavy, it costs around $13,900, 5 times more expensive. And there is another problem. For a moon landing, the SLS rocket would have to be revamped once more. Otherwise, it simply won't get to the moon. But in the NASA budget draft for 2020, this version was deleted. And there's still no money available for the lunar module. According to the now leaked plan, there is an additional financial need for at least $6 to $8 billion per year, but in fact it is planned that the NASA's budget will be increased to about $1.6 billion per year. In other words, that's not enough back and forth, and even the budget is not yet certain. The money is to be taken from a fund that will help underprivileged students to pay for their expensive university studies in the USA. Is this such a good idea? Congress has yet to approve of this plan and uncertainty reigns. Even if the money and the additional demand should come together, the schedule rather reminds one of the full-bodied announcement of Elon Musk. It has ruptured almost every date so far, except the completion of the battery storage in Australia. He really delivered it on time. But NASA now wants to complete 37 launches in the next 10 years with a not yet budgeted further development of a rocket never launched before, and further commercial rockets, bring the space station Deep Space Gateway into a moon-Earth orbit and build a permanent moon station. In fact, this sounds more like a fairy tale than a realistic plan. Details of NASA's plan can be found here. Until then, stay tuned. See you soon.